collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. And in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Captain Enoch and Thrawn's Night Troopers 4-pack from the Ahsoka series. That's quite a lot to say all in one go, and I actually have quite a lot to say about this particular army builder pack, I guess you could call it. We will definitely get into that. So this is the Star Wars Captain Enoch and Thrawn's Night Troopers 4-pack. As I said, from the Ahsoka series. These are one of those black and white boxes that we're used to. This one has a bit more colour on it than usual because of the red wrappings on the troopers and the gold on Enoch. Top of the box there has that image of one of the Night Troopers with the Vintage Collection logo there. I guess that's so you can stack them along like that. So they're trying to sort of get in with the in-box collectors as well now, making the boxes a bit more interesting on the side. On the back of the box is often the 4 that you are actually getting within the set, because there is lots of them on there. You're not getting that many. You're only getting the 4, and as you can see, we have 4 different helmets, and the troopers are slightly different as well. And of course, you've got Captain Enoch in there. And that's the sort of thing that I do want to talk about in this video, because this to me is not an army builder, of course. You're getting a named character in there. And yeah, once the figures are out, we'll talk about that a little bit more. But that's the packaging, not really too much else to say about it. So let's crack it open and check the figures out. If you've opened one of these 4-packs before, then you'll know that each figure is individually wrapped in their own tissue paper like so. Alright then, so here is Captain Enoch and the Thrawn's Night Troopers out of the packaging. I've just got them in some simple poses just while we talk about them quickly, and then we'll look at them a bit more closer up and talk about the differences between them. But first of all, I just wanted to talk about, you know, the elephant in the room at the end of the day. Captain Enoch should not be in this 4-pack. It would have been much, much better if you'd got him on a single card and then you had 4 individual different Night Troopers. Having said that, it is actually a really, really nice set. Of course, it's based on the Stormtrooper mold that we know and love. However, all of these are actually pretty much newly sculpted figures because they've got that sort of red ribbon effect on them. That is not paint applications, that is actual sculpting work that they've placed on the figures. Now, they have done a little bit of kit bashing between them. For example, both of these two share the same top left shoulder, and then these two in the middle share the same bottom left leg. So they've mixed and matched the parts, but essentially they've managed to create 3 different Night Troopers. It's not just the helmets that are different, you know, all of the bodies are different as well. And I guess if you had multiple packs of these, then you could swap the heads around to create lots of different Night Troopers once again. And if you want to do what my buddy Tyler did from the SWTVC, where he boiled and popped a load of them, then you could like essentially change arms and legs and things like that. But I'm quite happy with the way they are just like this. I'm quite happy with maybe 1 or 2 sets. I don't really want to be buying too many more than that because I don't really want more than like 1 or 2 Enochs. I mean, that is the problem with this set. But as I said, they are great looking. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about zombie troopers in general from the Ahsoka show, but without a doubt they look fantastic. And with all that being said, we're going to take a closer up look at each individual one. Okay, so first up, let's take a look at the Captain Enoch to begin with. And you can see that he's got some really good paint applications on the helmet. Now, of course, this is a completely differently sculpted helmet to the other Stormtroopers. He's got that like gold face mask on there. But that's not all. You've got some really good paint applications there with the gold markings and the grey. You've got the 2 logos on the head there. And then as we move the figure around, you can see that he's got some really nice paint applications all around the figure. You've got those purples and golds. He also comes with the Karma, which goes all the way around, which also includes his holster on his belt, and that is made of a soft vinyl plastic. So although you would think that that might hinder the articulation, it's not actually too bad. You know, you can manipulate it enough to get him into some decent poses, but that is Captain Enoch. I think he looks great. I've got to say, what a great figure that is. And he does come with his own style blaster as well, which has some really good paint applications on it. You've got those gold little flashes there on his little blaster there, which is pretty cool. So that's Captain Enoch. I do like the look of him. You can see, you know, all these gold paint work on there. I don't know whether that's supposed to represent cracks in the armor or what, but whatever it is, it looks great. Okay, so next up we're going to take a look at this dude, the one with the, you know, the grey helmet. It's almost all grey. Again, some excellent paint applications there of the gold, which really does light up in the light there. I do like the way they've done that, but essentially I'm in two minds about having this guy in the pack as well, because for me, he seemed to be the only one that looked like this in the show. There seemed to be only one of them that had that whole grey head. I may be mistaken. There may be some more in the background, but it was almost like this guy was like second in command to Captain Enoch. As I say, I could be completely wrong about that. But once again, you've got all those paint applications of the gold reflecting on his body there, on his upper thigh. Absolutely fantastic. And as I say, he's got that sort of all grey helmet there. Just actually noticed that they are missing the blue vents on the side of the helmets, which isn't great. I've just noticed that there. That seems to be on all of them. I'll have to go back to the source material and see if that is correct. But with these being stormtroopers, I would imagine them to have those in the show, but I will have to double check. But that's that guy there. Next up, we've got this guy with half the grey helmet there, but once again, more of that sort of gold paint there. Really, really good. Each one is different in its own way. It's unique. And as I say, you could do some head swapping there if you had 2 packs of them to create even more. So he's pretty cool. And finally, the one that looks most like a stormtrooper there. He has got no grey on the helmet at all, just a bit of gold. And he has those wrappings going around his torso. So you can just see on this guy, they've used the same torso on that one, but obviously he's got the different arms. So it's just a great way of making them all different. In terms of the articulation, of course, it's the Stormtrooper, so he's going to have everything you need. Unfortunately, they don't have the barbell hips on these guys, but actually that isn't actually too bad. These have always been really, really good figures. So you've got the ball hinge shoulders and hinges at the elbows and the wrists. The head is on a double barbell, which has fantastic range of motion, which is going to really help you to get them into poses of like a dead stormtrooper, you know, like the zombie kind of poses, things like that. That's going to really help you be able to do that. And of course, rocker ankles on these ones as well. Knee joints aren't too bad, go past 90. So all in all, pretty cool. And here they are once again together. You've got Captain Enoch there with his blaster at the ready in the holster, just about to draw it, barking orders, pointing. And then you've got the 3 night troopers, which resemble the living dead. One thing I need to mention as well is that all 3 of the night troopers come with the standard Stormtrooper blaster, although they do feel a little bit cheaper than usual and they do have no paint applications on them whatsoever. And you don't get any extra blasters at all in the pack. So each figure has 1 blaster each. Usually with these trooper packs, you usually get like a rifle or something extra to go with. But I guess the budget for this particular set has gone on Captain Enoch's helmet and his Karma. And as I mentioned before, all of the Stormtroopers have got the extra sculpting work going on anyway with all those red ribbons. Even though they are using the same parts on some of the Stormtroopers, they're just mixing and matching. But I think it's a really sort of clever way of doing it. As I said, if you've got multiple packs, you can make multiple troopers. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. I'll be interested to know your thoughts on this. As I've said many times about these 4 packs, you shouldn't have a named character in there. I'm happy to have character packs where you have 4 named characters, or if you had 4 army builders, like 4 501st troopers, that would be awesome. But please, Hasbro, just don't mix and match anymore, because essentially it's making me buy less of these. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members. Your support means a great deal to me as always, so thank you so much for the extra support, and we shall see you on the next one.